Persona 4 Arena Ultimax!
What up, gang? This is Ken Zerk, Ken Zilligan, Zika Milligan, and Villain Philip Trilligan, and we are back on Persona 4 Arena. I learned that Labrys' story is actually a prequel. Fucking hell! Of course it is. It's a fucking prequel. It's not the finale, it's not the finishing arc, no, it's the prequel. So it doesn't look like there is a finishing arc. This is the worst way.
Are you awake?
Who the fuck is on my cellular? This is the absolute worst fucking way to give a story mode. What the hell were they thinking with this structure? This is pissing me off. Ahem.
I'm sorry. I had turned off my consciousness to test the new equipment installed on me.
Yes, that's why we use the emergency channel. We've been asked to go into action.
Has something happened? Who sent the request?
We'll brief you on the details in transit. Also, regulations say that the member with the lowest serial number is in command. Currently, that's you.
I'm in command? Are you sure about this? After all,
You're well suited for it, in my opinion.
Adachi? No.
Understood.
I'm fucking around. They sound similar though. May 1st, 2012, 9:30. Men equipped with assault suits and tactical vests line the concrete ground. The urban camouflage and unmoving poses give them the appearance of an orderly line of rocks. 30 minutes have passed since the special assault team took up their positions on the landing strip, surrounding the stopped passenger plane. Their captain glares at the plane before he slowly turns around and looks at each of his men. Every last one wears ski masks and thick tactical visors to mask their identities, but he knows them nonetheless.
Tell me about the situation and make it quick. We don't have much time.
One of the team members stepped forward. The touchscreen tablet in his right hand has a summary of the case on it. On May 1st, 2012, around 900 hours, a wide-body passenger aircraft headed for Kagoshima sent out a 7500 fucking hell! A 7500 squawk code during passenger boarding. Following the signal, the captain reported to the control tower that their aircraft had been hijacked. Since the uprising occurred during passenger boarding, only half of the passengers, 168 exactly, had boarded. The 10 crew members bring out a total of 178 hostages, thought to be on board. Some passengers seated near the hatch had succeeded in escaping. The following points were gained from questioning them. Take care not to be seen by the hijackers. There are 3 hijackers. All of them are covering their faces with ski masks. All of them are armed with what seems to be pistols. From their voices and builds, they appear to be males. They all spoke fluent Japanese. Currently, the aircraft in question has been moved to the front of the landing strip at the hijackers' insistence and is stopped there. The authorities have attempted to negotiate with the hijackers by radio, but they have made no demands. The team member finishes his report. The captain nods silently and addresses his team.
There hasn't been a plane hijacked in this country in over 10 years. None of us, not even me, have dealt with this before. Still, the procedure remains the same. Trust yourself, remember your training, and keep a cool head.
The captain turns towards the plane again. Taking that as a cue, the team scatters to their specified posts to take up positions. The only thing to do now is to see what happens. Eventually, 10 comes around. Half an hour has passed with no new developments. Repeated attempts to contact the hijackers have been made, but they have yet to make any demands. Tensions are beginning to rise. The worst case scenario is that they have no need to make demands, that their objective is to seize the passenger plane itself. In this case, the team will be facing a large-scale terrorist attack.
Come on, talk to us.
The captain mutters to himself deep in thought. From the perspective of rescuing the hostages, every second that passes without learning the hijackers' objective is a second wasted. The captain and his team can wait in hiding, but the same is not true for the passengers on board. For untrained civilians, extreme stress can easily lead to physical and mental problems. It's true not only for the hostages, but for the hijackers as well. When people lose their nerve, they tend to act rashly. The hostages will begin to lose hope, and the hijackers will begin taking it out on the hostages. An hour into the incident, anything could be happening inside the plane. The captain could do nothing but glare as the time ticked by. After 15 more minutes had passed, a slight change in the situation was reported. All emails and calls going through the station near the airport are being checked, but at the moment no messages are thought to have been sent from inside the plane. It appeared that the hijackers had confiscated all regular cell phones as per standard hijacking plans.
Sir, there's a report from HQ. They picked up a transmission from one of the passenger's cell phones. It's a smartphone with GPS, so they can tell it's inside the plane.
Confirm those details for me.
There are two possibilities. The hijackers are using a passenger's phone to contact associates outside, or a passenger is contacting someone in secret. The latter possibility is more likely. More and more devices have communication capabilities now, making it extremely difficult for hijackers to remove them entirely from play. And the more hostages there are involved, the more courageous they become, and the more likely they are to take risks. Unfortunately, more hostages involved means all the more dangerous to provoke the hijackers. Each individual hostage is worth less to them. The details of the transmission make it apparent that the situation is worse than the team had assumed. The cell phone's owner is a man in his 60s in first class. He signed up for a certain service after being diagnosed with a heart illness. It's a remote EKG monitoring service that keeps track of a patient's heartbeat. A scheduled message was automatically sent from the patient's cell phone. The service provider promptly contacted the police, informing them that the man was in bad shape.
The man's life is at stake if we don't wrap this up within the hour. Looks like we can't stall for time.
As panic spreads, a proposal for negotiations based on this fact and a proposal to storm the plane are both considered. But because only half passengers have boarded, the situation inside the plane is uncertain, making devising a tactical plan difficult. Though if nothing is done, a passenger will surely succumb within the hour. A blunder like that must be avoided at all costs. That was the thinking that guided the police officials to make their decision. That same day at 10:30.
What? Withdraw? This is a hijacking! What are you thinking withdrawing our people? Yes, I understand.
Wait, what's going on?
Orders are orders. We'll fall back at once. Get ready.
No one understood the sudden withdrawal order. Why withdraw the team during a hijacking? No one on the scene agreed with the decision, but the order could not be overturned. The men here are not the brain, but limbs whose power is best put to use by precisely following orders. Just then, another group approaches without a sound. Its members are dressed differently, in suits and trench coats, but all of them are wearing black and sunglasses. At a glance, it's clear they are tall, well-built, and used to rough situations. With nearly 20 of them gathered in one place, they are imposing despite their silence. They don't seem to be airport personnel, but neither are they known to the police. But the captain senses they're in the same line of work and approaches.
Who are you?
His voice is laced with suspicion, but the man at the head of the group speaks dispassionately as if he'd heard
For the
nothing.
next half hour, we're in command of this scene.
You didn't answer the question. Who's responsible for this?
The captain's tone unconsciously hardens. The group of men in black parts, and one of their number in the rear steps forth. The captain can't stop himself from furrowing his brow. He can already sense the unrest spreading amongst his team who watches in silence. The one stepping forward looks like a 17 or 18-year-old girl. She's dressed in black and wears sunglasses like those around her, but her slender build is out of place. Her blonde hair stands out even more in contrast to her all-black outfit. The girl walks a few more steps forward and removes her sunglasses. The captain had intended to appraise the look in her eyes, but only grasping the face of her crystalline blue. He quickly regains himself and frowns.
So you're the one in charge?
Yes,
Are you shitting me?
there is no time to waste quarreling.
The girl looks at him fearlessly despite the armed men surrounding her. The absurdity of it all is what helps Captain get over his surprise. Her age and appearance are most likely meaningless. She is clearly no ordinary girl.
Are you not even gonna tell me who you're with?
I cannot.
So you expect me to hand over control of the scene to you without even telling me who the hell you are?
I believe orders to withdraw have already been issued.
Her calm, sweet voice only irritates him. The captain closes the distance to the girl, and while he stops short of grabbing her suit, he glares into those blue eyes from only inches
Lady,
away.
I don't know what kind of juice you have with the brass, but are you ready to be responsible for the deaths of those passengers?
Your protests are doing nothing to relieve the danger.
Damn! She said you ain't doing shit!
Rescuing them as soon as possible is my, or rather, our duty.
The girl is completely unruffled as she speaks. It's like she's a machine or something, the captain thinks, more dumbfounded than
Have
angry.
faith in us. We too wish to save them.
For the first time, something like determination flickers within those crystalline eyes. After looking into them, the captain finds something akin to resolve and confidence in them. He steps back. Raising his right hand to his chest, he shows the girl his watch.
But you got exactly 30 minutes and not a second more.
Understood.
After the girl nods, she gives instructions to prepare a stair car to the group she's leading. The captain's fist tightens nervously. Since there are few uses for a stair car, quietly moving it in place may make the hijackers think that a strike team is getting ready to storm the plane. But there is no hesitation in the girl's actions.
Well then, move in as naturally as possible while staying in their blind spots.
Eventually, a roofless stair car advances slowly towards the passenger
The
plane.
closest we can get without them noticing will be about 10 meters from the plane.
That will be more than enough.
More than enough. What's the point of half-assing it like that? The captain's annoyance begins to turn to curiosity. If she's replacing the SAT, then she must have a plan beyond simple brute force, but
Now, let's begin.
the stair car stops. The girl gets out of the driver's seat. She walks slightly behind the vehicle, turns towards the passenger plane and
What's
squats
she
down.
doing?
The captain brings up a pair of binoculars to see what she'll do. At first, he assumes she's going to use the stair car's movement as a decoy and send her team in from a different direction. Like humans, most vehicles have significant blind spots above and underneath, yet that doesn't seem to be her plan. Does she plan to make her move while using the stair car as cover? Is she possibly going to snipe them? The captain disregards the possibility. It would be foolish to set up a sniper perch at a lower angle of elevation, where that girl is now. While the captain mulls over the question, the girl makes an unexpected move. She appears to lower her stance slightly one moment, and in the next she's no longer in sight. By the time the captain realizes that she's running, she's already reached the top of the stair car. Her slender body launches like a cannonball from the top of the stairs.
What? She jumped?
That's my goat. Even the SAT members voice their surprise. The girl's leap arcs a distance over 10 meters. It's clearly beyond the abilities of a human being. Coming in the middle of a hijacking, the scene seems even more surreal. The girl lands on top of the aircraft and stands as if nothing unusual had happened. She looks at the aircraft beneath her and slowly turns her head to scan it from back to front. It reminds the captain of the movements of a security camera. He knows it should be impossible, but he wonders if she can see through the plane's ceiling. Eventually, the girl seems convinced of something and begins walking. When she reaches the boarding hatch at the front, she moves her right hand to the back. The captain notices that a special knife coated gray from blade to hilt is in her
What's she
hand.
gonna do with that knife?
The girl suddenly lowers her stance and slices down the side of the aircraft. As she's about to fall, she thrusts the knife into the jamb of the hatch and dangles
This is
from it.
crazy.
She then uses her left hand to pull the handle and unlocks the hatch with ease. Once the thick, airtight door juts out the aircraft, the girl nimbly jumps into the plane. The captain is shocked by her dauntless methods. He begins to wonder if she intends to defuse the situation on her own. The captain lowers the binoculars and faces the reality before him with his own eyes. Who in the world is she? The doubts he had dismissed rise within him again. A warning light goes on in the cramped cockpit. Two people there notice it at once. One of them is the captain sitting in the pilot's seat. The other is the man holding a gun to the back of the captain's head. The light is labeled hatch open. Even an amateur could understand what it means. The man suddenly tenses and stands ready at the passenger side door. He prepares himself for someone to charge through it, but he quickly regains his composure and turns the gun back to the captain. The man casts irritated glances back and forth between the captain and the door for a while, but eventually approaches the door, his gun pointed at the captain. He cautiously cracks open the door and looks towards the passenger seating. Just outside the cockpit is the first class section. But the passengers were gathered in economy class at the time of the hijacking. First class is empty. The man squints. To ward off observation or worse, snipers. The window covers were down. Coming into the darkened plane from the cockpit forces his eyes to adjust. From the corner of his eye, he sees a gleam of light shining in that's unlike the regular ones. Within that light is a silhouette. Before he can react, a silhouetted figure closes the distance. A hand grabs the edge of the door and opens it with tremendous force. 2 quick, heavy blows follow. The man collapses without a sound. The captain turns around in surprise to see the intruder, a blonde girl with an index finger to her lips, signaling silence. She first lays the man on the ground and then removes the pistol from his hand. On closer inspection, it is only a model gun, supplemented with metal parts. The seam between the parts is in different places compared to a real gun. If taken apart, the disassembled pieces would look nothing like a real pistol. The girl then takes handcuffs from a small pouch on her waist and fastens the man's arms to his seat laying nearby the window. Even if he wakes up, he will be unable to stand. Though the captain looks as if he wishes to say something, the girl meets his eyes and insists on silence as she leaves. The curtain dividing first class and economy class is closed. The girl hides herself behind it and peeks through. There's a man on each of the aisles on the left and right. Neither seem to have noticed her. The passengers and cabin crew are crammed into seats in the back. Everyone's placement matches the readings of what her heat sensors picked up from above the plane. Both remaining hijackers are closer to first class. The man closest to her is only a few steps away. She judges that he can easily be disabled if she moves quickly. They both carry pistols, but they are the same types as the downed hijacker. From what you can see, these two are mere model guns. The girl swiftly pushes aside the curtain and grabs the closer man's right wrist. The hijacker, caught off guard by the sudden appearance of such a slender girl, stops moving for a moment. He surrenders any chance of victory he may have had. With a pained cry, he drops the pistol to the ground. The girl uses her grip on his right hand to put him on the ground, and smoothly pulls out another pair of handcuffs and locks his arm on the passenger seat. The man thrashes about, but despite his struggle, he is no better than a worm writhing on the ground. The last hijacker finally recovers from his shock and aims his gun. The girl pulls a button from the other man's sleeve and flicks it towards her opponent's face. She playing with him. The button travels at immense speed, though it was only locked from her fingers. The man tries to shield his face, but he's too late. He groans in pain when the projectile strikes his forehead. The girl does not let the opportunity pass. She easily jumps over the 3-seat wide center block of seats with one arm and grabs the man's right hand. There, she repeats the same procedure she used before. Their weapons are immediately seized while they are restrained on the floor. The passengers are only now grasping what's happening before their eyes. A murmuring chorus arises.
Do not be alarmed. I have come to rescue you. Your safety has not been secured yet, so please stay calm and remain in your seats.
The passengers erupt in a cheer. There's a sporadic applause as well. But there's a slightly hysterical tinge to it, in a reaction to the tension of the situation.
Excuse me. We were told someone requires medical assistance for their chronic heart illness. His name is...
Just as the girl approaches the center of the plane, she senses the male passenger stand up from his seat. He's extremely calm and quiet as he does so. The girl belatedly picks up on the incongruity. All the other passengers are nervous. It is then she feels something hard pressing up against the back of her head. She knows without looking that it is the muzzle of a gun. The nearby passengers' cries of relief suddenly turn to
I am
screams.
impressed with your judgment to stay hidden until an opportunity arose.
The girl is unperturbed as she continues to look straight ahead. The man stays silent and keeps the pistol pressed to her head. She knows there's no danger of being shot, but she is not yet sure that he's the only one hiding. Left with no choice, the girl accedes to his demand and moves forward. After about 10 steps, another man stands up as expected.
And you too.
The man doesn't answer. He slowly approaches her from the front. The girl is now sandwiched from the front and back. At that moment, footsteps sound from beyond the curtains into first class. The two cobras both react at once, but it is too late. Over 10 men in black rush in at once from beyond the curtain. While the girl had drawn the hijacker's attention with a scuffle, the stair card closed in. First, they pinned down the man standing in front. The narrow passage gives the man behind her a short reprieve, but it doesn't last long. The moment he lowers the hand gripping the pistol in order to escape, the girl grabs his wrist. So focused was he on the men who burst into the scene that he forgot about the threat the girl posed. He is immediately tripped and restrained once he falls on his back. The girl stands up and looks around. If there were any more hijackers inside the plane, this would be their last chance to make a stand. But no one else rises to their seat. She glances towards the men in black and they nod back in acknowledgement. It seems the crisis has been averted. The girl carefully keeps her thoughts from appearing on her face and gives an inner sigh of relief. Soon after, the sweeper team gives a report confirming that the aircraft is secure. The girl works with the cabin crew to arrange transport from the man with a heart illness before she steps out for a moment. She stands on the stair car and turns on the blue designator light, waving it in circles towards the SAT's position. It is a signal that the crisis is over.
She's done already?
On receiving the sign, the SAT on standby starts talking amongst themselves.
It hasn't even been 5 minutes. There should have been at least 3 hijackers.
You know what they remind me of is those guys. Like Men in Black or something.
Captain, who are those people? Is that one even human?
The captain sighs with reluctance.
This is just a rumor. But I've heard that the higher-ups formed an unofficial security group in conjunction with a certain corporation. It's supposedly for cases that are a little strange. I hear they have some official standing with the police, too. Though it's all some private enterprise, so technically, there's no authority involved at all.
What? But this is Japan we're talking about.
A search and destroy unit that answers to no department and keeps no records. I've heard them called shadow operatives.
He turns on his own blue light as a sign of understanding and waves it left to right. The response light comes from up ahead. The girl then sees the captain spreading his arms in a shrug and smiles for the first time. She feels slightly bad for them. Her team may have shamed them, though they had done nothing wrong. I should apologize to them later. But then, out of the corner of the girl's eye, near the entrance of the luggage carts at the corner of the building, a figure catches her attention.
A girl?
The girl seems to be about her age and is wearing a plain cape-like dress. For some reason, her appearance feels unsettling. To begin with, given the heightened security, the parking entrance should be strictly sealed, yet the figure looks like a civilian.
May I check on something?
The girl calls to the SAT captain over the radio. Noticing some slight interference, she looks down to adjust the frequency dial.
If you look towards my left, in front of the luggage loading bay is...
But during the moment she looked away, the figure disappeared.
She's not there. That can't be.
The girl looks around, but the figure is nowhere to be seen. Where could she have gone in this open space with nowhere to hide?
What's the matter?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was apparently seeing things.
The girl shuts the radio off. Who was that just now? Was I truly seeing things? With those questions in mind, the girl tries to remember the figure's appearance in detail. Only then does she realize the cause of her unease. That light blue dress the figure wore was very similar to the one she herself had once. It reminds her of those days when she had not yet have a heart. The girl puts those thoughts aside and returns to the aircraft. The mission does not end with taking the culprits into custody. In truth, along with defusing the situation, securing the safety of one particular passenger was her highest priority. This fact was not revealed to the SAT. The passenger was originally seated in first class but would have been forced to move. The girl looks carefully through the restless passengers. It is not long before she finds the face she seeks. Looking relieved, the girl walks towards the passenger in question.
Are you all right, Mitsuru-san?
Aigis. I didn't think you'd be the one to come.
The woman who answers has long shining hair that would make an impression on anyone. Even sitting quietly in her seat, her refined appearance makes her stand out. But Aigis knows the woman well.
In fact, I was surprised to be called on to deal with something like this. The suspects made no demands. What were they after?
We're in Persona 4 Arena. We've got updated graphics, updated cutscenes, updated portraits, and y'all still can't give Aigis a damn de-esser.
At first, I thought I was summoned because you were their target, Mitsuru-san.
The higher-ups must have thought the same thing and panicked. Especially considering there's cargo on that plane they wouldn't want made public. Wait a second, that cargo...
Is something wrong?
This hijack seems strange now that I think about it. They made their move before takeoff, which is odd timing. And they forced the boarding announcement to be stopped. I thought maybe it was their way of trying to pull it off with a small team.
Are you saying that rather than a passenger, they were after that cargo? It's true that no one would consider the unloaded luggage during a hijacking.
I guess I need you to check on my things. Though if I'm right, it's already too late.
In response, Aigis instructs her team via radio to secure all luggage transport routes. Moreover, she requests a search to ensure that no cargo has been taken.
Even if you're right, why would they be interested in your belongings?
My usual cargo wouldn't be worth hijacking a plane over. But I was carrying something... sensitive this time. Normally, if they wanted it, they'd have to bypass a Corregio facility's security or attack the vehicle transporting it. But by doing it this way, they can divert the entire country's attention with a few model guns.
Mitsuru smiles. Aigis can tell that she's impressed with their audacity despite herself.
Mitsuru-san's cargo. Sensitive belongings for a vacation. I understand. Hijacking a plane out of a desperate desire for undergarments. This incident will surely go down in history.
Aigis! Mitsuru's eyes bulge at that unexpected comment.
What? You're jumping to conclusions. It's not sensitive in that way. Besides, my underwear is in this bag and... that's it. Enough about underwear.
My goodness. She forces a cough and steers the conversation back on
More
track.
accurately, my cargo contained items from Ergo Research. My trip to Kagoshima was partly vacation, but also to oversee their transferal to Yakushima.
The official name of Ergo Research is yeah. Mitsuru and Aigis have many bitter memories associated with the name. A paw hangs in the air, but a radio transmission from one of Aigis' team cuts the moment short.
Aigis speaking. I see. Understood.
Mitsuru looks at Aigis questioningly and she nods.
It's as you suspected. They found that one of the boxes scheduled for transport has gone missing.
I thought as much.
With a small sigh, Mitsuru rises from her seat.
We must get it back, I guess. The rest of the team can finish up here. I need you to come with me.
Aigis inspects Mitsuru's face carefully.
Will you be joining the search as well?
Well, I am personally involved, so yes.
In other words, you will officially rejoin the unit and participate in this mission. To be more direct, is it accurate to say that you are abandoning your vacation?
Mitsuru sighs with some exhaustion. Aigis interprets her silence as approval.
Then I hereby transfer command authority to you, Mitsuru-san.
Aigis was like, I do not want to be in control here.
Regulations state that the member with the lowest serial number is to take command. And since you are member number 1, the official leader of the Security Department Shadow Response Unit, also called the Shadow Operatives.
I had a feeling I wouldn't be able to enjoy this vacation for long.
Traveling with cargo from Ergo Research suggests that her vacation was neither relaxing nor cheerful.
But I can't allow anyone to be hurt again by the things we, the Corregio group, created. We'll get this cargo back at all costs. Mission or no mission, I'm making it a personal priority.
Understood.
Aigis answers loudly and snaps off the police salute that she's finally gotten the hang of. Oh my goodness. Next! Why are they playing the Knicks theme? That shit fucking scared me! Nigga, I thought I was finna die! Why did they play this theme? That shit stopped my heart for a second. I am Aigis. My official name is 7th Generation Anti-Shadow Suppression Weapon. As my name implies, I am not human. I'm a humanoid weapon, essentially a robot. Though with the right clothes, a surprising number of people cannot tell the difference. I was created in a research lab owned by one of the world's foremost conglomerates, the Corregio Group. I was made to exterminate a certain enemy. They are called shadows, monsters born from people's repressed emotions granted dark life. Shadows can only be defeated by those with the special power of personas. Once persona is said to be the power to wield the shadow within, they are two sides of the same coin, though one cannot have a persona if they do not have a heart. I was given a mind to artificially develop a persona and a body close to that of a human so my mind could maintain a personality. A heart designed for battle, a body designed for battle. I did endure some suffering because of my original purpose, but I now have a place where I belong, somewhere I can make full beneficial use of my powers. That is the Security Department's Shadow Response Unit. Our nickname is the Shadow Operatives. The Shadow Operatives were formed at Mitsuru Kirijo's directive. She is a scion of my creators, the Kirijo group, as well as the one who has been given full responsibility for handling shadows. Our objective is to identify and resolve incidents involving shadows. We do this by eliminating them. All of our members are persona users who have similar qualifications. During operations, our guidelines state that the member with the smallest number has command. The number that I was issued was 5. Though I'm not human, I am treated as a member and not a piece of equipment. Moreover, my number is in the single digits. It's possible that there will be missions like today where I must take command of dangerous operations. In other words, I am recognized as having the same life and dignity as humans. Because Mitsuru and the others have such trust in me, I want to repay that trust with results. There is another reason I'm working the hardest on this case. Soon after the hijacking was resolved, the stolen cargo was identified. Its contents surprised me. 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, the unit named Labris. She is one of my sister units. She was sealed over a decade ago and has been in storage with other artifacts ever since. Labris, a humanoid weapon just like me. It's possible that she has a heart. And if she does, I want to save her before she is misused. That is a mission, yes, but more than that, I feel that it is a duty I must carry out. The next day, May 2nd, 2012, we wanted to pursue the vehicle carrying Labris as soon as the hijacking was over, but its complicated route made it hard to track. Due to the sensitive nature of the cargo, it is difficult to set up large-scale traffic checkpoints. Fortunately, the license plate number was determined quickly and we got a rough estimate of its destination. Our headquarters were moved to a police facility. Mitsuru and our team are sorting out the situation to plan for an operation.
And the interrogation of the suspects?
It's begun, but all of them are claiming that their memories at the time are very foggy. The psychologists who interviewed them think it's possible they're not lying.
So none of the 5 have any memories of what happened during the hijacking.
Normally that would seem preposterous. There may have been some hypnotic effect, but even then...
We're dealing with someone after materials from Ergo Research. They'll likely be very well informed about shadows and the mind. Knowing that, it doesn't seem so strange. It would also explain the extreme lengths they went to create a decoy. What else do we know?
Another cheater answered Mitsuru's
Since
question.
the cage storing the 5th generation is too large to transport by personal auto, we narrowed our search to large vehicles that left the airport. That, combined with the testimony from our observer and data from the transmitter, allowed us to pinpoint the vehicle in question. The police are already pursuing it via the N system. This is the most recent photo.
He hands a tablet to Mitsuru.
The Inaba area. Wasn't this the place where...
Yes, our routine investigation last year rated the potential shadow activity in the area at level 4.
It seems that the culprit in this case had prior knowledge of shadows after all. If this is true, we must use extra caution. Many people do not know about shadows, though they are enough of a threat to possibly destroy the world. Then again, I experienced that myself 3 years ago. If someone is trying to manipulate them, we must prevent it at all costs.
Let's talk about the stolen 5th generation unit. Aigis, as the 7th generation, would be her younger sister.
A sister. My older sister.
I'd like to know why she was sealed.
5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris. The records show her to be the first model fitted with an artificial personality.
In other words, she has a heart?
There's no knowing if it was developed enough to call it that. She seems to have been made to gather test data rather than actual field use.
What are her combat capabilities?
She wasn't given firearms, since her regulatory system was inadequate. So she was instead loaded with some kind of special equipment. Unfortunately, the majority of the records pertaining to her are missing, which means that's the extent of our knowledge.
Special equipment?
We also don't know why she was sealed. Many of the documents regarding the old ergo research were lost, probably to cover up incriminating evidence. We don't even know what she looks like. All we do know is that she was a life-sized android.
We'll just have to find out along the way.
Mitsuru wipes her fingers across the tablet a few times and shows it to an
I'll need
aide.
these 3 individuals' cooperations. I'd like to join them in the field.
Are you sure about this?
Try not to make a scene when fetching them. Not all of them are part of our organization.
The aide nods at his assent and returns to the station. Mitsuru then turns her gaze on
Aigis.
me.
Frankly, I think we can assume that there'll be combat involved. Will you be alright with that?
Though Mitsuru doesn't say it out loud, I understand what she means. Our highest priority in this operation is to stop the culprit and mitigate any associated danger, not to rescue Labrys. Of course, we will strive to accomplish both, but in the worst case scenario, we must consider the option of destroying Labrys. Destroying a sister unit. It will be a painful experience if she too has a heart.
I thank you for your concern, but I'll be fine. I will do my duty.
Mitsuru says nothing more and silently nods.
Well then, once we can confirm our target is headed to Inaba, we'll depart at once.
May 3rd, 2012. As we get ready to depart for Inaba, Mitsuru and I go over last-minute details inside the police station. Mitsuru is absorbed with issuing instructions over the cell phone she is holding. Pessimism seeps into my heart as I wait. I begin muttering to myself.
Will we be able to find Labrys? My sister?
Mitsuru's surprised voice makes me realize how unlike me these doubts are.
Will we be able to save her? Isn't that what you really want to ask? Don't worry. As I mentioned to Akihiko, fighting Labrys is not our priority. The reason I formed this shadow operative team is to save lives. We will find her, whatever it takes, and bring her back. We can do this.
Yes. I'm sorry to be so pessimistic.
Those feelings you have for Labrys, you should tell her when you see her.
I will.
Friends bound by trust are irreplaceable indeed. I hope that Labrys will become one as well. Eventually, the preparations are made and our limousine departs on its journey to Inaba. That evening, we are in Inaba now and traveling down a midtown street. Though it is called Midtown, it's very different from an urban environment. It is quiet. It is a quiet, rustic road. The town we are targeting is easily discovered. The vehicle. The transmitter that was attached to it when it left the airport is, luckily for us, still active. But the vehicle has been abandoned and the cargo is gone as well. To trace it further, we must learn why the culprit came here. Specifically, we need to know the details of what happened last year. Though this was already assumed, so we have a plan. Mitsuru orders the driver to park nearby. However, this poses an unexpected problem. Our vehicle is a long, black 8-door limousine. It'll stand out in this countryside town no matter where it's parked. I say, hey.
Mitsuru-san, our activities are supposed to be undercover, correct?
Yes.
For undercover missions, it will be necessary to keep all personnel and vehicles from being noticed.
Right.
Mitsuru-san, may I say something that I've been meaning to say for a while now?
No.
Understood.
All I told them was to give us a car with enough space.
Wherever we go, people peer into the windows out of curiosity. We avoid the public eye as much as possible and finally park in what looks like a site for vehicle disposal on the outskirts of town.
Our contact has arrived.
3 collaborators before departure. Notice a middle-aged man.
This was not our designation.
Unlike exasperation or disappointment appears on his face.
You want to know how I did it?
We appreciate your cooperation, Detective Kurosawa.
Mitsuru got the video talking about fighting Shadow. I believe our intentions. Made it risky. Strong man. Especially government saying that cooperate with us. Justified. He's been promoted for his expertise.
Long time no see.
Indeed.
Eyes on Mitsuru and me is faintly awkward. We're both dressed for combat. I'm not wearing any clothes to cover my true form.
Sorry for staring. A humanoid weapon. I was skeptical when I heard, but seeing you in person doesn't leave any room for doubt.
I'm sorry that I kept it hidden back then.
It's all right. It would have caused more of a headache if you'd gone around looking like that.
Hearing him say that, I cannot help but
Seeing
smile.
you laugh like that makes it harder to believe you're a machine.
I shouldn't make you stand while we talk. Please, get in.
Sorry. I haven't seen you in a while, so I had a lot to say.
Yeah. Shadow readings, investigated. Then again, what if something happened that was just too hard to detect? Mitsuru suspects the serial murder case was related to these shadows. We could have asked him directly, Individual Authority.
I found out quite a bit regarding the case you had. First, I reviewed the
So what went on here?
It's probably related, but if you can take what's in the record,
Enter TV.
just what it sounds. He claimed
This all sounds right.
I got in touch with it. Apparently,
He sounds like quite the oddball.
if this was what really went on, but that Detective Dojima is one shrewd guy. Even with all the, that's all I have for you right now. It's funny though. I thought
Thank you very much.
Oh, that's all right. If I ever showed up,
He opens the door.
Mitsuru-san, this could be bad. Our sense of social aptitude is in question.
Can't deny that. First, we'll...
Hearing this makes me realize something. Although I had called it a vehicle disposal site, looking around, I can now see that there are household electronics like refrigerators discarded here as well. In the corner is a stack
There
of
is
TVs.
a discarded TV over there. If the environment does not matter, we can use...
Okay, I'm gonna be real.
Wait, Aigis.
I'm gonna be real.
Don't worry.
I'm gonna be real.
Ama-
I'm gonna be
Interesting.
Not particular. It's hard to...
Does that mean...
real. That's that
Is
boy.
that...
That's that boy.
It's been...
Yeah, good seeing you.
Oh wait, let's actually see what she thinks of him. I will never forget the man laughing so fearlessly. Like Mitsuru, he is a friend I once fought alongside. Akihiko Sanada. He was a student boxing champion in his school days, a staunch ally, powerful even without his persona. He is also our second collaborator on this case. Who's the third?
Akihiko, what on earth are you wearing? Just... Don't tell me you came here from the air...
Mitsuru-san, I believe we...
Signs of annoyance. Oh yeah, Akihiko was on a training expedition. Resulted his appearance is very different than the last time I saw him. But his aggressive personality and love of a challenge seems to be the same as always. He gives a cocky smile.
Anyway, we can get inside.
Still the...
So what?
Well...
Our target,
Alright.
if we sit on our... We're different. That's
Right
why
now, I'm
we
just
agree.
dying. I'm just gonna read whatever, like, you know, whatever seems important. Cause most of this shit I already read it in Mitsuru's route. I can't keep just rereading the same shit.
The other members will wait here in the car.
Yeah. If we all barge in and something happens, they'll be devastated.
Now that you mention it, at least one of us should be staying behind as well.
I am not staying.
Us three will be plenty. We'll end this in a flash. No problem.
The same as always. Although, we have no idea what might be waiting for us on the other side. Don't get careless.
Right.
This situation, it brings back memories.
Ready!
Why enter the TV?
What's going on?
Alright, Daddy's back. I'm surrounded by a white light that strains most of my senses to their limits. A portion of my senses indicate that I am currently in a state similar to freefall. I can't tell up from down, left from right. I can't tell up and down from left and right. This continues for a while. Eventually, my functions slowly recover. I find myself inside an unknown room sitting on the ground. I quickly stand and check my surroundings.
Is this the music room of a school?
I can see a music stand, a grand piano, a blackboard, and portraits. There's an air of over-exaggerated theatrics to it, but I may not be far from the truth. Is this the world inside the TV? After the surreality of entering the TV screen, this comes as quite a surprise.
No sign of Mitsuru-san or Akihiko-san. Did they land elsewhere? So much noise. I can't contact anyone like this.
I attempt to use my communicator, but there is no response. This looks like an ordinary classroom, but it has an alarming amount of radio interference. When I concentrate my senses again, I detect a bizarre disturbance from the entire area that is unlike normal buildings. This may be another world after all. In any case, I must join up with Mitsuru and Akihiko. But just as I begin to make plans to do so, the monitor hanging from the ceiling switches on. What appears on it is, how to describe it, a bizarre figure that looks like a living costume.
I spy an unknown yet bewitching babe. How unexpected! Unexpected!
Its comical tone does not last long before the voice becomes distorted and the image disappears. It reminded me of a malfunctioning machine. I stare at the monitor. I have a hunch that it will return soon. Just as I thought, the costume reappears, but its behavior is very different now.
04, unintended intrusion.
Yeah. Shit. Mechanical sounding voice, completely different from the joking tone I had before, and that phrase elimination process. It seems that a battle will be starting. I release the safeties from the weapons built in my body. That's when a large noise comes from behind me. Kanji! A young man in a school uniform comes rolling in with a yell.
A human?
Ow! Jeez, they decided to open right then. This makes no damn sense.
I thought that I was ready for any eventuality, but I had not expected to suddenly encounter a human.
Are you all right? You seem to be unharmed.
The young man looks back at me with a steely gaze while fixing his bleached hair with his fingers. His behavior does not seem to be that of one who comes in pursuit of me.
What? Never seen you before.
I'm sorry, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Aigis.
Only then do I remember that my appearance would seem very peculiar to a casual observer.
I'm a transfer student. I have blue eyes, blonde hair.
This nigga. You keep trying, Aigis, you got it.
Gatling cannon.
No!
Huh?
I'm sorry, forget what I said. In the past, that prepared explanation for students has been effective, but no longer.
Okay. Anyways, I'm Kanji Tatsumi. This mean you're my next opponent?
Opponent? What do you mean?
What do I mean? I'm talking about a scrap!
You mean a fight? But we have only met Tatsumi-san. Actually, where are we?
Enough blabbering, you machine!
Hey! With a yell, he slams the folding chair in his hand on the ground. A cold, dull, metallic sound echoes and eliminates any possibility for talking this over.
What's a fake girl like you doing calling me by my name?
It's the what you call it. I go quiet. A fake girl. I understand how I might elicit such a reaction, but there is a pain in my chest. Though I cannot help but smile at how instinctively I reacted that way. It seems I've become more human-like than I knew.
I was worried I might have to go up against my senpai, but I ain't gonna hold back against a robot like you.
Thinking with a calm mind, I noticed a small incongruity in his attitude. When he first saw me, he seemed unsure and claimed that he had not seen me before. Yet, though he knows now that I am a machine, he doesn't seem particularly surprised. Aren't these two things contradictory? I focus my senses once more and enhance the gain on my sensors. I detect a faint interference. Because it had appeared uniformly across all my sensors, I had not been aware of it. What is this?
Not gonna do anything. I'll make the first move. Ah! Take Mikazuchi!
A persona?
Light flickers intermittently. Could that be electricity? A thick barrel-like arm charged with voltage approaches from above. I jump back and narrowly escape a crushing blow.
Ah, nice dodge. Looks like you got at least a little bit of fight in you.
I don't remember. Was Aigis was weak to... Junpei was weak to wind. Aigis and Yukara was weak to electricity, I think. A persona user, I was careless. I should have expected that possibility since I encountered him inside the TV. I do not know the procedure for attacking a human, but if he's a persona user, I must defend myself with usual armaments.
There is no avoiding this fight. I cannot fall here.
It's an you might even say it's an unavoidable battle. I'm sorry.
Finally! Fight!
Athena! My other self! This is turning into a marriage! Persona! I summon you! Strike!
You ain't bad.
That's
enough. Here we go.
Please hit me down! My other self! Strike! Try this!
What the hell? Mikazuchi! That's nothing.
Ow! Alright, give it a shot, give it a shot.
Severe impact! That was close! I failed. Now,
That's nothing.
I failed.
Bitch, do the fucking heavy attack, crazy move. Oh, it's in air, okay.
What the hell?
I failed. I failed. Final sequence.
There we go. I missed. Okay. Just fucking go.
Go! Will it all be over? Going! I saw you.
This game's ass.
It's over. Time to leave. Are you all right, Tatsumi-san?
I held Tatsumi off the ground and called to him. After repeating myself several times, I hear a groan.
No! Damn it! Ow! Oh, whoa! Hands off!
I'm sorry. If you can't stand, then I'll carry you.
I pick up Tatsumi, who's still lying down with both arms.
Whoa! Damn! You're a hell of a lot stronger than you look. Whoa! How come you're carrying me like this? Like a bride or something?
This is the spousal method of carrying.
No, it ain't. It's the bridal. Oh, wait a sec. Are they pretty much the same thing?
Yeah.
Tatsumi-san, you seem completely fine.
That's what I've been saying. And stop with the Tatsumi-san crap. It's making my skin crawl. Just call me Kanji.
You don't object to being called that? I'm an artificial person, after all.
Huh? Who cares? If I say it's fine, then it's fine.
Hell yeah!
Hey, will you put me down already?
My goodness, I fucking love this nigga. When I put Kanji down as requested, he turns his back and immediately and repeatedly scratches his head. I feel as if his demeanor has changed compared to how it was before the fight. His loud voice and rough words are the same, but the sense that he will not listen to a word I say is gone. I feel that I can make myself understood now.
Well then, Kanji-san, allow me to ask again. Where are we? And what did you mean by opponent?
Huh? You're not an enemy that Ted set up for me?
Ted. Are you referring to the bear who appeared on the monitor?
This is a fighting tournament. Only the winners get to keep going. I lost this time. But oh well. I wouldn't make it in the big leagues.
That sounds like something Akihiko-san would say.
Huh?
Sorry, I was just talking to myself.
Gotta say, you pack one hell of a punch. Got me real good.
Punch? But I didn't throw any punches.
Listen though, the rest of this tournament ain't gonna be so easy. My senpai are waiting up ahead.
There are more people here. Could you estimate how many?
Kanji smiles dauntlessly and gives me a thumbs up. I don't really understand why, but I give him a thumbs up as well. Good job. Then Kanji kneels over. I rush in to catch him. When I look at his face, he's still smirking but is passed out. It seems he was fighting through his fatigue for the sake of his pride. He doesn't seem injured, so I carefully set him back down on the floor. Suddenly, that costume, Kanji called it Ted, appears again on the monitor.
Intruders are persona users.
Yeah. Using that mechanical tone of voice again, intruders must be me and the others. I won't be easy to eliminate. It appears that he's changing tactics. What could he mean by valid targets? The monitor screen turns off once again. Just like before, it flickers back on after a few seconds. Same face, but a completely different attitude.
What a fox! Came to join in on our fun?
Hang yourself!
I'm A-okay with that if you're up for a little fighting. I'll wait for you in the next arena up ahead.
This is more how he sounded at the beginning. He's gone back to normal, or at least recovered from the abnormality.
Oh, silly me. If you're cutting in, you don't know who I am. Ahem. I am General Teddy. Remember that name well.
No. General Teddy. Apparently he really is a teddy bear. He doesn't seem like one, but a number of things he said caught my attention. Joining in on our fun and arena. These are in line with the tournament Kanji mentioned. Is this tournament being held here? But the monitor is silent once again and does not return. I do not think I will make any progress if I remain here. I poke my head through the door where Kanji appeared to check my surroundings. What looks like a school hallway leads straight ahead. There appears to be no danger nearby. I manage to hoist Kanji's body over my shoulders and try to leave the room.
What?
Something gets stuck and prevents me from proceeding. I stop and check but can't see any obstructions. Both the sliding doors fell off when Kanji came in and the way is completely open. It should be wide enough for me to pass through easily even with the person on my shoulder. Yet I cannot proceed. Something is getting stuck. I slow my walking speed and check to see what part of me is getting caught. That's when I discover something surprising. Nothing's blocking the way, yet only Kanji's body cannot pass through the door. It appears there is an invisible wall. One is that is selective and presents only Kanji's passage between the room and the hallway. Something Kanji has said comes back to me. Only the winners get to keep going. Is this what he meant? I increase the sensitivity of my various senses, but I cannot detect any wall here. I have no way of destroying what I cannot touch, which means I have no choice but to leave Kanji here.
Oh well. I will come back for you later. Please stay safe until then.
Once he comes around, he's still a persona user. It's not as if I'm leaving someone behind who can't fend for himself. I reluctantly convince myself to move on. While moving down the hallway, my senses continue to pick up disturbances from everything in the school. It all looks so normal though. There's a line of glass windows on the wall. Outside is a field level with the ground I'm walking on. I seem to be on the first floor of the building. Eventually I reach a doorway and cautiously venture outside. There is barely any difference in temperature or atmospheric composition compared to the real world, but the lack of wind is unnatural, and there are other discrepancies between here and there. I turn around and inspect the building's exterior. This is indeed a school. I walk along the wall and go around the building. Soon I reach what seems to be the main gate. I turn towards the school building once again and come to a realization.
I recognize this place.
I've seen a photo from this angle at the preparational materials. As I recall, this is a high school in Inaba. To make sure, I step past the school gate and check the nameplate. The name engraved on the gate's pillar is Yasogami High School. I cross-reference the name with the map of the area and find a match. Confusing. The real-world location has been completely recreated inside the TV. Why is it structured like nesting boxes? Just then, I sense something move in the corner of my vision. I quickly turn to view it head-on. It is a uniformed girl. She is running straight through in the opposite direction of the field. Is she a student? No, this is not a real school. Could she be one of the senpai Kanji spoke of? But a moment's thought highlights an important detail. Her pale skin and hair color. There can be no mistake. It's the girl I saw for a moment at the airport after the hijacking. I immediately chase after her. But the girl is much faster than I anticipated and I cannot close the distance. I release a portion of my foot speed limiters and finally get close. Until I'm able to grasp her right arm from behind.
Huh?
The girl stops and turns around. There is no surprise on her face, and she stares in wide-eyed wonder at my form. Though I am surprised myself, the instant I take her hand, a flash of intuition charges through me like electricity. This girl is Labris. I am unaccountably convinced.
Who are you? That's one funny-looking costume you've got on.
Oh, well,
Oh, of course. You're mixed up in this racket too, aren't you?
Racket? Does she mean the tournament?
No, I am not in this tournament of my own free will.
Really? Then you mind letting me go? I'm the student council president. I can't be letting people run wild at this school.
Student council president?
Didn't I tell you to let me go? Are you trying to get in the way of my work here?
The girl looks at me with an irritated expression. How strange. She speaks as if she really is leading an ordinary life here at school. Is she unaware that she was inside the TV? Would she say something? If she was aware that she was inside the TV, would she say such things to me?
If you happen to know, could you please tell me what sort of place this is?
Huh? It's the first floor of the classroom building. Can't you tell?
Huh? Is it possible that you don't recall entering a TV?
A TV? Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm kind of in a hurry here. Can I go now?
Before you do, please tell me something. Who are you?
Who? What'd you stop me for if you didn't even know? I just told you. I'm the student council president.
What's your name, nigga?
What hole have you been hiding in? The elections were just last week. Are we done now? 'Cause I got places to be.
The girl ends the conversation sternly and shakes off my hand and runs away again. In the instant, she has disappeared into the school building.
Please, wait!
I go after her, but just as I enter the hallway and round the first bend, something blocks my path. But I can't see what it is at all. I can't see it, yet when I reach out my hand, I can feel it. I think I know what this is.
That wall again!
The invisible wall that prevented Kanji's passage is most likely the same thing. Once again, I am surprised. I can touch it, yet my senses detect nothing, and it's much stronger than I had imagined. It repels even gunfire. Physical strikes are nothing. I attempt various methods to destroy it, but before I can, the girl disappears from view.
It seems I am forced to try a different route.
I consider the situation once more. Was that girl truly Labris? There are too many factors now indicating otherwise. Her appearance and the feel of her arm when I grasped it a moment ago. Both are strong signs that she is human. If she is entirely artificial, then she should not be part of an older generation of models like myself. Her speaking voice and behavior were also indicative of known human patterns. According to the records of Labris' development, she was sealed away soon after. Even I stumbled with natural human speech. She could not have become that proficient in so short a time. She is not machine but human, so she cannot be Labris. Usually I would not hesitate to make such a judgment based on the available data. Yet I cannot shake the feeling that she may be Labris. That intuition I felt earlier, what caused it? This case remains murky. I feel as if my senses are being muffled by a thin cloth. But I cannot leave her be. Even if she is not Labris, the fact itself means she is in danger. I quickly look for an alternate route. Piss again. Dog, it's so funny that I'm playing Persona 4 right now because I just got a video on TikTok of a nigga yelling and complaining because somebody is taking videos where he's dancing and they're completely editing him out of the video and only showing his shadow. And this nigga is so pressed about that. This shit is hilarious, bruh. Oh my goodness, that shit is killing me. He was so pressed. Like, and then they in the comments just fucking making fun of him. I backtracked the way I came and ran outside. Suddenly, I'm enveloped in a tidal wave of sound. These are human voices. The cheering comes from an enormous crowd. I turn around and a thick mass of people run towards me out of nowhere. They are boys and girls in school uniforms. It is clear that everyone is looking at me.
This is impossible.
How did I fail to detect so many humans? But then I notice it. There is white noise running through all my sensors. It is the same feeling that I had before fighting Kanji. What is this? As I stand in thought, the students close in on me. I ask what business they have with me, but the uproar drowns out my voice. I cannot attack them, so I have no choice but to edge backwards. Soon my back is against a wall. I look around for an escape route. Luckily, there was a door beside me. I hurry inside to find shelter. The room I have entered appears to be spacious. It is dark here, but I believe it is a gymnasium. Here and there, folding chairs and gym equipment are piled in heaps. It looks like the result of some strange ritual. Suddenly, a light shines in the corner. Upon closer inspection, I can see a monitor showing something. It is airing some familiar faces. Rivals, they are!
Rivals.
They are friends! Yet powerful foes!
The desperate fighting program amongst high school students. A new legend is about to start.
May the manliest of all men come on down!
Nobody touches his precious Nanako, the sister complex kingpin of steel, Yu Narukami!
It's only natural.
It's only natural. I am not sure what to say about that video. It appears to be modeled after promotional videos for martial arts tournaments. I noted appearances by Kanji and the host, General Teddy. The other people must also be participants. It is safe to assume they are all Persona users. As if watching my reaction from somewhere, General Teddy appears on the monitor replacing the video.
Looks like you're officially getting in on the action. Welcome! Look, everyone, another challenger!
Without warning, there is a loud sound. The doors in every direction open at once. Excited students pour in, cheering and yelling. Before I know it, I am surrounded by people with no means of escape. General Teddy grins at my situation and raises a stubby arm.
Well then, bring out the next opponent!
A spotlight shines on a spot where the crowd pots. A female student can be seen. She has short hair and wears a jacket. She looks very athletic. Chie! I recognize her face from the video. Her name was Chie Satonaka. She steps in front of me, bouncing from foot to foot.
I heard that you're elbowing in on the tournament. Suits me fine. Let's do this!
As she finishes her speech, she takes a fighting stance. She jumped straight to the scraps! She didn't even bother, talking shit, nothing. She jumped straight to scraps. Just then a gleaming silhouette appears behind her. It is another Persona. She extends her hand, palm facing up, and motions with her fingers, taunting me.
Ooh, she's ready and raring to go!
This is strange. Chie's willingness to fight is odd enough, but even stranger are the students in the crowd. Even when seeing a Persona up close, they show no signs of alarm. Come to think of it, how did they get here? I cannot believe that they are all Persona users. But even if they were, would they be so excited over such brutality? While stuck in a mysterious world filled with potential dangers, that does not seem likely. Perhaps my basic assumptions are faulty. Could they, like these buildings, be unreal? I cannot jump to conclusions, but I decide to take the offense. I turn to the monitor. General Teddy is bouncing up and down gleefully.
I will fight on one condition.
Which is?
Interesting, he answered me. I can hold a conversation with him, which means he can see and
That
hear
you
me.
immediately release all these students from this school, or rather from this world. If you do that, I will fight as you wish.
Tut tut! Are you making demands to me? Before you get too worried about other people, why not worry about yourself?
I guess I ain't worried about Chie. She'll slide her.
I will not fight unless you guarantee their safety.
I glare at General Teddy through the monitor. I didn't want to involve the students, but I have an idea.
Sheesh, what a stubborn girl!
He snaps his stubby fingers. The room instantly fills with light. I ward myself against it by covering my eyes. A few seconds later, the brightness fades to normal. As my eyes adjust, I see the students have vanished.
Ta-da! Is that what you wanted?
The general smiles proudly. My guess was correct. The students were fake. It is easier for him to remove them than to talk me into fighting. As a result, my senses detect the moment when the students disappear all at once. The only human here is Chie. Looking around, it seems that not everything has disappeared. Human-like figures remain, as if the shadows of the students were burned into the scenery. There were several about the gymnasium. Their readings are similar to shadows, but they show no signs of hostility. So these are the true forms of those students. They have been unmasked.
Honestly, you're in no position to be making demands, you know. I'm making an exception just this once because it's no fun if you don't both go at it tooth and claw. Even if you don't resist, your opponent will show no mercy. It'll be a grisly sight.
Chie can't handle Aigis.
Come on! Even if the crowd was still here, would you not have hit back when I hit you?
You wouldn't have been able to hit her.
No. The safety of the people must be prioritized above all else.
Ha! That's pretty cool of you, actually. But self-sacrifice doesn't mean much coming from a machine. They can just fix you right up. Oh, that's right. It doesn't even count as self-sacrifice for a machine. It's just what you're programmed to do.
Oh, Chie.
You probably don't feel pain or anything, huh? It just seemed that way because you look human.
You may not understand, but I can sense pain as well.
Really? That's such a weird thing to program into a weapon. Doesn't make any sense to me.
That's...
As I struggle to answer, Chie smiles wide.
Well, that's fine with me. Means I can fight you without pulling any punches.
Her smile disappears and her eyes spark with fire as she launches herself at me. I would rather not fight her, but she is a persona user. I clench my teeth and make myself ready to intercept
If
her.
I must fight you, then I will.
Kill her, Aigis. I mean, don't kill her, but handle her. Do your shit! I think I've blown through like 5 water bottles today.
Finally!
Heavy damage! Try and come back! Heavy damage! Light damage! Try and come back!
Evasive move!
Severe going! Dragon!
Some damage, sister!
But not protect me, come on! Oh, you seem to be getting a bit tired. Fire! Athena, heavy damage! My other self! Can they turn this into a victory? We're not done. Finally getting serious. Oh, God!
Red light damage!
I failed. Severe impact. Will it all be over in moments? I failed. Final sequence.
Come on, hit! Hit! No!
Go for the kill.
Chie, just die. Chie, just die. Chie, just fucking die. Just fucking die, Chie. Oh, I don't give a fuck no more. Damn!
Alright, it's over.
I just want to see the ultimate attack. Why are some of these so damn hard to hit? And other ones are so simple and easy.
Oh, sheesh. Wow. You're definitely a pro when it comes to fighting.
I'm sorry. Are you all right?
Yeah. But boy, I didn't stand a chance against you. Hey, what's all this about you being a robot?
She is upset by her loss, but seems cheerful. She didn't show this open-mindedness before the fight. Perhaps as with Kanji, I could make peace with her by... No, it is vain of me to think that it's possible. Her words echo in my mind. It doesn't even count as self-sacrifice for a machine, it's just what you are programmed to do. I hate to admit it, but her observation is correct.
I may seem like a ridiculous machine to you, but I'm still...
Huh? I never said that. Wait, you're not acting like you did before the fight. I'm surprised that you're a robot, but what gives?
Chie seems stupid. Her expression confuses me as well. She stated it clearly, yet she doesn't remember. Then something hits me. Did it then go similarly with Kanji as well? Could it be that something was done to the participants? I should avoid drawing conclusions based solely on speculation. Besides, there is something I must do first.
That reminds me, I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Aigis.
Looks like we let our fists say too much before we opened our mouths.
I saw the introductory video. You're Chie Satonaka, correct?
Yep. Oh, you can just call me Chie.
The carnivore who's discarded womanhood.
Damn!
Okay, you didn't need to bring that part up, and I didn't discard anything. I can use a persona, but I'm just an ordinary high school student. I go to Yasugami High. So anyways, are you, seriously a machine? No foolin'?
Yes. I was created as a weapon for a certain purpose. It may be difficult to explain to you.
Nah, I can tell from the fight you're telling the truth. Huh, so you're not cosplaying. Then again, it'd be pretty nuts for someone to come out here to cosplay.
Speaking of which, Chie-san, can you tell me what this place, this world, is? I confess that I am looking for someone. While pursuing them, I heard the rumor about going inside TVs and ended up here.
Oh, right. You can use a persona. That's how you got into the TV. Where should I start? I don't know exactly how it works, but this place is supposedly a realm formed by human thought.
By thought? Does that mean this is someone's mental landscape?
I guess so.
Then we've physically entered a mental world? Through a TV, no less? How can this be?
To tell the truth, I never understood it so well myself. There was this insane monster thing around town up until early spring. It created this whole world, and I got my persona because of what happened in here.
Chie folds her arms with a troubled look on her face.
Come to think of it, all this stuff should have been over and done with. But you see that ad showing on the monitor over there? It suddenly started getting shown on TV in reality. There's no way we were gonna stand for that crap to be shown. So that's why me and my friends came in here to put a stop to it.
Your friends are here as well?
Yeah, a couple. Also, that Teddy guy who's hosting this, plus the girl Rise who's serving as commentator. They're my friends too. But they're acting so weird.
She lets out a sigh.
Sorry, listen to me, babbling away. Do you think you can find this person you're looking for? Actually, could whoever it is get in here? I don't think normal people can enter the TV.
To tell you the truth, I have already encountered one such person, but...
I tell her about the girl I saw. I give her all the details that I can remember. I recall that she called herself the student council president. She did not seem aware that she was inside the TV.
Oh, you mean the girl who was calling herself the student council president? Yeah, I saw her too. She was yelling into a bullhorn to stop this foolishness, but then she ran off saying she was gonna go talk to the tournament's host.
She was wearing the same skirt that you are, Chie-san. It seems to be part of a uniform. Are you acquainted with her?
No, I don't know her. It's funny, that girl said she was elected last week. But if I remember right, our student council president was a guy.
I have many doubts about her. I must meet her again and figure her out.
Thank you. I now have a better understanding of the situation. Well then, I should be going now. I would like it if you could come along, but
I know, I can't leave here, right? I'll stay put for now.
I will come back for you later. You may find it hard to trust me, but...
No, I believe you.
Chie replies unhesitatingly.
I've been through so much over this past year that I'm pretty confident I can read people. Honestly, though, what other choice do I have? If you run into any of my friends, tell them I'm okay.
I will.
After wiping the dust from her right hand with her sleeve, Chie extends it to me.
Aigis-san, right? So, if this was some fighting manga, we'd beat the tar out of each other, then shake hands in the end as best friends.
Aww.
A powerful enemy can become a powerful friend, you know?
I clasp her hand. She smiles in embarrassment.
Friendship can do amazing things. I saw that for myself last year. And you and I can be friends too, so, you don't need to talk like you're just an object.
Chie-san.
Don't look at me like that. You're embarrassing me.
Aww.
Come on, get going.
That's so cute.
Yes, I'll see you later.
Energized by Chie's words, I run towards the entrance. I turn around and wave to Chie. There is more at stake than Labrys. I must protect these people. I swear a vow to myself and leave. My heart. No, I don't give a fuck. Nah, I'm fucking. As I exit the gymnasium, I remain cautious while running down the hallway. Suddenly, I pick up a response on my transmitter, which has been silent until now. I stop and focus on picking up the signal.
Guess you hear. Can you hear me, Aigis?
A staticky transmission soon becomes clear. It is a voice I recognize very well.
Mitsuru-san?
Good. It seems you're all right too. It's been quite a while since I last used my persona in this manner. To think it would be useful in a place like this.
Is Akihiko-san with you?
No, we were separated, but I can still sense him. I doubt he'll be defeated that easily.
Speaking not out of carelessness but trust. I know because I feel the same.
I'm sure you're aware by now, but although we came in search of Labrys, we appear to have been dragged into another incident. Don't worry about meeting up for now. Under the present conditions, we'd only end up fighting amongst ourselves.
Understood.
I don't know how Labrys ties into this situation yet, but be careful.
Before I can answer, the static grows louder, and the transmission ends. Knowing that Mitsuru and Akihiko are okay gives me room to breathe. The invisible walls are everywhere along the hallways, forcing me down a particular path. I follow the route. Soon enough, I can see the shoe lockers up ahead. It seems I'm back at the entrance. When I reach the entrance, the monitor nearby turns on as if it were waiting for me. As usual, it is General Teddy. I take a defensive stance. This appears to be the arena for my next battle.
You're pretty good for a latecomer.
The instant General Teddy appears on the TV, my sensors pick up that noise again. My suspicion turns into certainty. General Teddy is doing something before the matches. Whatever it is, my opponent belligerent or something similar. Whatever it is makes my opponent belligerent or something similar. I can assume that neither Kanji nor Chie were acting like themselves before the battle. That would explain why none of our stories were consistent
Well
afterwards.
Then, bring out the next opponent!
I hear light footsteps. A young man wearing his low hat arrives.
Naturally, of the three of you, you're the one I encountered first.
He shrugs his shoulders and pulls the brim lower. The boy was also in the promotional video. His name was Naoto Shirogane. I bring myself to high alert. He said three of you.
You know about us?
I'm hearing my opinion, he smiles cynically.
Did Mitsuru Kirijo not inform you? I don't merely know about you. I was there at the airport. The Kirijo group seems rather lax for a multinational corporation, allowing a machine to act autonomously and take command. To be frank, watching you fills me with pity. Perhaps the kindest thing to do would be to give you a merciful end.
Pity?
Your existence is inherently a deception, isn't it? You're a machine, and a weapon on top of that. Yet you look human. Those who meet you think you're human. You even seem to believe it yourself. Truly pitiful.
I have no answer for this. As much as I don't want to believe it, it's all
You
true.
were built to consider yourself human in order to activate the ability to wield a persona. Your appearance and your heart are only prerequisites for that power. I'm sure you've realized it already. You will never find the means to cross the gap between the human heart and your mechanical frame. No matter how much you want love, you'll never earn it. At best, people grow fond of you.
Nigga, these are suicide words. Holy fuck. This is some shit. Bro, before the answer, this shit probably would have made Aigis contemplate fucking self-destructing. Holy shit. He sounds as if he knows for certain. I hang my head in spite of
The
myself.
more I consider the matter, the more I genuinely pity you. I'd best hurry up and put an end to your pathetic life.
Naoto draws his gun. Because my eyes are low and I'm slow to react. I already knew that we had to fight, and yet I curse my carelessness and quickly stand back up. Holy shit. The Heartless Armed Angel, is that her name?
Finally! Fight!
We're going! This is turning into a very one-sided persona! I summon you! Persona! Strike! No! Severe impact! Low damage! What a captivating match! How will it end? Evasive! Give it up! Another run! No!
Damn!
Rewind myself! Strike! This match is still a now you come! Persona! Severe impact! I failed! There! Standing! Back! What? No! I failed! I failed! Now, will they go for the cat? Back! Will it all be over in evasive move? Back! Back! I failed! Severe impact! Light damage! No! Like it hurt! No!
Okay.
Come on.
No!
Okay.
No!
Okay.
I was hit! Good! No!
Fuck!
Okay.
I was hit!
I was trying to do the ultimate! Why is it so hard to do?
Miraculous victory!
Why is the ultimate attack so hard to do? Down, 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 L1! Do the fucking ultimate! Holy shit!
Finally! Fight!
All right, announcement over. Until next time.
I couldn't just keep sitting there and taking the shit, bro. I gotta let my nuts hang. Naoto slowly gets up. There is some staggering that seems to be caused by dizziness. I watch carefully for any changes in behavior, but I am surprised by what I hear next.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? The mastermind behind this tournament may have some means of fogging our senses. Were you suspecting that as well?
Yes.
Seeing me nod, Naoto smiles.
Then we are in agreement. Its aim appears to be to make friends fight one another, though it's a mystery to me as to why it would do such a thing.
Naoto brushes some dust off and walks towards me.
But the battle is over and the interference has been lifted. Given past examples, the pattern is clear. How about it? Why don't we talk things over?
I have no objections. Naoto seems to understand everything. I nod my head relieved.
I am Naoto Shirogane. I work as a detective. I agreed to act as an observer for the police regarding the special cargo, met with Kirijo-san beforehand, and accompanied her to the airport.
So that's how you knew about us. I recall seeing you in the introductory video along with the other competitors.
They're good friends of mine. I attend Yasogami High, the same school as them.
I see. So after you finished your business and returned to your hometown, that video appeared on TV. Is that correct?
That's right. At least that's what I should say if I wanted to feign innocence.
What?
The real reason I came here is because I was tailing you. It was for a secret investigation.
For who?
Naturally, I cannot reveal my client or what their aims are, but I'm sure you have your own secrets to keep. What do you think? As long as we're in the same boat, why not cooperate?
I become tense at the mention of a secret investigation, but that is not important now.
I see. It would not be wise to continue to stand in each other's way in this situation.
I accept Naoto's hand and we shake.
How much do you know about this world?
Your friend told me it's a realm formed by human thought. In which case, why a school?
This place varies according to people's mental state. When someone enters it directly, they have a much stronger effect on it. For a normal person with no persona-based resistances, a dangerous situation will arise where their shadow goes berserk. That happened frequently in the case I was involved with last year. This false school may have something to do with it.
I consider Labris. According to her specifications, she should be able to use a persona. But did this come from her? Did this come from her mind? Why a school? And why Yasogami High School of all places? She has no prior knowledge of this place. She has never even visited Inaba. But if that girl is Labris, she undoubtedly has a heart. It is possible that something like what Naoto suggested
I
could
assume
happen.
you have a theory already?
Yes. Thank you very much. I believe I'm slowly starting to understand what's going on.
I look down the path ahead, but before I go, I turn and ask Naoto a question.
Would you mind telling me something? Why did you tell me about your secret agenda?
I suppose because it wouldn't be fair otherwise.
A wry smile spreads over Naoto's face.
Given that I cannot leave here and must trust my friend's fate to you, it would be unfair to continue deceiving you. But not only that, you carry out your duties with little care for your true appearance. You and I are not on equal grounds there.
My true appearance?
Consider it a sign of my respect for that. I still seem to have a soft spot.
Naoto's smile fades and she looks at me solemnly.
Aigis-san, I ask only one thing of you. Please save my friends.
That is my intention.
Thank you. I'll wait here, secure in knowing that.
We nod to each other. Chie, Kanji, and Naoto are also different, but they are connected by a strong bond. Knowing that fills my heart with warmth.
I am curious, though. When you refer to your true appearance, do you mean the fact that you are a woman?
What?
Am I mistaken?
Oh, well...
Your clothing hides it, but my sensor scan shows the body measurements of a human with female proportions.
What do you mean? How much can you see?
Suddenly, Naoto loses all composure and turns red, covering her chest with her arms. What happened? I don't think I said anything to warrant such a reaction. Just then, General Teddy interrupts over the monitor.
Hey, enough with the chit-chat! Hurry up and move on to the next!
Would you like to know your current measurements? From top to bottom, they are...
That's quite all right.
Hold on, Teddy! Chill out!
Never mind, little old me. Please finish that line of thought. I demand it!
How did we get so off subject? If you're going to go, please hurry and leave.
Huh. She yelled at me. I must have said something rude. Though that still happens every so often. An obnoxious remark can greatly upset someone. I must keep practicing. Aigis. I cannot remember where this song is from. I can't remember which game this song is from. I'm not seeing it on P3. I must be Persona 2. I climb the stairway and notice a silhouette at one of the classrooms. Looking carefully, it could be that of the student council president, Labris. I will be relieved if I had caught up to her so soon. But the hand I raise to knock on the door inadvertently stops. Wait, could she be my next opponent? She wasn't in the promotional video, but neither was I, yet I am being forced to fight in the Grand Prix. But there is no point in worrying about that now. I cannot change the path I take nor the opponent I faced. I must prepare myself and knock lightly on the door.
You're that girl from before.
The girl turns and notices me. I set foot in the classroom. There is no immediate interruption from General Teddy. It looks like he has not scheduled a match between us. I breathe a sigh of relief.
What are you doing here?
Ain't it obvious? I'm cleaning up the classroom. It's no picnic, what with people running wild and wrecking things.
She takes down the chairs piled on top of each other and lines them up. After a few runs, she takes a breath. Though she is complaining, there's a gentle smile on her face.
But I guess this is all in a day's work for a student council president. We'll look back on it and laugh, right?
You seem like you're having fun.
That's because I love my school. Even the chores are fun for me. The reason I wanted to be president is because of that. Though it can be rough when things get out of hand like this.
But it's dangerous here. You must leave at once. Won't you come with me?
She seems confused by my words and tilts her head to one
What?
side.
You're worried about me? Hey, I'm the president. And you might not think so to look at me, but I ain't no slouch in a fight. I'll be fine.
No, that's not what I mean.
How should I put this? She still has no idea of the danger. She walks up next to me and takes a long look at my face and giggles.
Your clothes are pretty out there. But I can see you mean well. Thanks. Some of these students won't listen to a word I say. But I feel like I gotta be here. No. I wanna be here.
Even if it puts you in danger?
You're really a drama queen, aren't you? Who's to say I'm in danger for sure? Besides,
Her eyes burn with affection for something dear to her.
even if you're right, I'd wanna stay here.
There is no need to test her commitment. It is consistent with the fact of this world being created. Then is she human?
I always wanted to go to school with everyone. Just like normal. That's all.
I always wanted. That makes it seem like that's not something you have.
Does that imply you couldn't do so before?
You're asking me that now? Honestly? Back then,
She stops abruptly. I wait patiently for her to continue, but her face twists with suffering. She puts her fingers to her temple, her knees begin to buckle.
What's wrong?
Weird. The past. How come it's...
She begins to fall and I catch her. At that precise moment, there's a strong reading from my fingers as soon as I touch her. It's so strong, like touching a hot stove. It's the same reading as when I first stuck my hand into the TV. It's coming from a personality module, a piece of lost technology that researchers had called plums of dusk, due to their shape. I have one inside me as well. It is not merely strong evidence, it is conclusive. There are still questions to be answered, but this girl can be none other than Labris. At the very least, she is not human.
Sorry, I'm not feeling so good all of a sudden.
The memory she is trying to access is causing conflicts with her current level of awareness. If she tries to remember, she will not be in a state to maintain her mental state. She will not be able to maintain her mental state. The memory is that charged. I hold her close and wait for her to calm down, but her reaction does not improve, it gets worse. She shakes violently as if electrified. Suddenly, a bright light bursts in front of my eyes. Something's flowing into me. I quickly let go of Labris, but it does not fade away easily. Images I don't recognize flow together in my mind, one after another at incredible speeds.
Are these Labris's memories?
The torrent of data finally subsides. I analyze the data to find out what happened and then I understand. It did not flow into me. This data was already dormant inside of me. I am the last number of the Anti-Shadow Weapon Project. I inherited all the data from the previous modules of the same type, both tangible and intangible. Labris's memories were part of it. Normally, the developers would not upload data into me that was unrelated to battle. but the plume of dusk is a black box. It is possible that something was transferred somehow through that. Thinking about it, that might have been the reason that I saw Labrys at the airport. My glimpse of a newly awakened Labrys caused my buried records of her appearance to be called. Perhaps that is what happened. Unfortunately, the memories I have just accessed are in complete disarray. I can't just flip through it like an album. The video records were not in chronological order, meaning I can't make sense of them in their current state. However, there is one memory that left an impression on me. The sea. The cerulean sky and lingering clouds and like the emerald blue water. All of the other memories are of cold mechanical rooms or the night sky, but this one is different.
What was that just now?
Labrys staggers as she stands up. Before I can ask her anything, she abruptly shakes me off and runs out of the classroom.
Wait!
I try to chase after her, but only a few steps I trip over my own feet. The information overload has prevented me from making any sudden movements. I fight through it, dragging what seems like several times the weight of my legs.
Are you sure you want to take that girl out of here?
What the fuck? Shadow Aigis! I gotta take a piss. The beef, fellas? Ketchup? Or must? I fucking hate this shit. Fuck the internet. I stumble to a stop and look around, searching for the hidden speakers.
This is the only place she can fit in. No one will understand her once she steps outside. But she can't become human either. So she has no other choice but to wallow in this illusory school. Pitiable, isn't she? But this is the only way she can be happy. Are you going to take that from her?
Yeah.
Who are...
I stop, suddenly realizing the answer to my question and catch my breath in my throat. This voice, it's mine.
What will you do after you take her from here? Lock her up in a box again? How cruel. No wonder she ran away. Ran away? What are you... You don't mean... You finally figured it out? Labrys wasn't brought here by some sinister mastermind. She escaped on her own and came here. That can't be. The suspects in the hijacking case, I'm sure you've seen the opponents you fought so far robbed of their sanity. Have you forgotten already? You're saying that was Labrys' doing too? Yes. Her heart gave birth to this world, and that power is one of her abilities, from some special equipment. With a power like that, wouldn't it be simple to control a number of ordinary people?
It's true that the hijackers were confused, and there were signs of some mental interference.
It does seem strange to go to so much trouble to come to a place like this. If she did in fact do this, then she must face herself. What gives you the right to say that?
Suddenly, the tone of her voice changes. She speaks very gently, like a parent correcting a child.
You've experienced suffering before, too. It pains you to have a heart, knowing that you can never be human. Even if there was someone you considered to be
this
worth
is last
fighting
battle.
for, you can't be a real companion to them. That's why you chose to protect them as a weapon. But in the end, you still lost them.
Is she talking about the GOAT? Damn it, don't bring that up! Don't bring that up, you're going too fucking far!
What do you know about me? Mere words will not cause me to abandon hope.
No wonder they played last battle. That's some bullshit, that's fucked up.
A brave bluff. But a tool like yourself can never be a true partner for a human. Doesn't your heart yearn to be by their side and to be loved? It hurts so much that I wish I could go back to how I was before I gained a heart.
She got over that during the answer. You should have played episode Aigis.
Has that really never once crossed your mind? I think not. That pain will never completely disappear. It will always fester inside you. Isn't that right?
I'ma fester my dick in your mouth. I'm getting sick of hearing you talk.
Even if you take Labrys away, the same will happen to her. She'll become just like you. Is that a fate you want for her? You see, here you can have anything, as long as you look away from the truth. That doesn't just go for Labris, but for you too.
Fuck I look like looking away from the truth, nigga. We reach out to that shit.
Even the things you have lost forever. Here, you can have them back. What are you?
I cut myself off, realizing that I'm becoming fascinated with the voice. This isn't good. I cannot let the voice deceive me. I must get its speaker in my sights first. I carefully attune myself to the source of the voice and quickly turn in the direction. But the person standing there is me. Ultimately slain, make shadow slave will be done, it's in vain. Carry AK-47 24/7, but you gotta never persecuted by heaven. Whoa, she looks just like me! I wonder who she is. Or rather, something that looks like me. At first, I think that this overload is still affecting my sensors, but that is not the case.
I'll take away your suffering. Now, take my hand, Aigis.
I smile and extend my hand. I feel dazed. This is very confusing. I don't know what to do. My mind advises caution, but my heart doesn't listen. But all of a sudden, a door opens in the corner.
Pardon my interruption of this seemingly trivial conversation.
Oh my fucking goodness! Excuse me butting into this bullshit y'all talking about. Oh, my bad if I'm interrupting this unimportant ass talk, but this unexpected event brings me back to reality, and I realized I was nearly seduced by its promises. On second look, I can see a woman beyond the doorframe. That distinctive blue dress. I recognize the attire of an elevator girl. Her name was Elizabeth, I believe. But why is she here? Elizabeth walks right in and stands in the center of the room. There is nothing outwardly abnormal about her pose, but it is as imposing as a battle stance. This water's been sitting here for like a few days. I'm gonna drink it anyway. She opens her thick leather-bound book and smiles dauntlessly at the other me.
Excuse me, but I would like a word with this lady over here. Would you mind leaving?
Why does she say lady like that?
Who are you? If you don't leave the two of us, I must resort to giving you a hearty thrashing with my book. It's a hardcover, leather-bound edition, and is quite powerful. Enough to do over 4 digits on average, I'd say.
This bitch said, I'ma hit you with a 9999. Without warning, the pages from the open book overflow with light.
I don't believe this.
I bring you Megalodon. The other me's face flinches in pain and she vanishes into thin air while spitting a curse. Is she gone now? I can no longer pick up any readings on her. The tension leaves my body and I collapse to the ground. While I am there, Elizabeth walks toward me. I first met her 2 years ago. Her attire is somewhat strange, but the place I met her was even stranger. A blue room. That is the only way to describe that mystical place. Its residents called it the Velvet Room. I do not believe it is at all a part of the real world. There, Elizabeth was one who governs over power. She helped me to grow spiritually by introducing me to the power of personas. I never imagined that she would leave that room, let alone that I would run into her here. Yet her appearance here has saved me.
I'm sorry for that. Thank you for saving me.
Did I save you?
Damn. She stares straight at me, then lets out a long sigh of disappointment.
I was on a journey for personal reasons, but I sensed some extraordinary powers clashing against each other and came to see what all the fuss was about, only to be met with this bitter disappointment.
Me? I am baffled by her candidness.
Please stand. Have you already forgotten the enlightenment you gained before me once? Has it escaped your prodigious goldfish-like memory?
Damn, Elizabeth, shit!
It seems that I must once again ascertain what you are truly capable of.
She speaks as if engaging in everyday conversation and opens her leather-bound book again. I guess she's disappointed, you know? Like, we spent all that time together. Like, I helped you lock in. I did so much for you. I fused these personas for you. Like, you did all these goals for me, and now, like, you know, you locked in. Like, I helped you lock the fuck in, and here you are locked out the house. Like, what the fuck is the issue? So Elizabeth's like, hey man, look, you locked the fuck out. You not tapped in for real. So I guess I gotta beat your ass until you get your shit straight. Suddenly, a murderous aura fills the area, fierce as a gust of wind. Something about me has disappointed her, I know that much. But I clearly have no time to ask her what it is.
Here goes. The cards will decide your fate.
I love how Elizabeth just pops through. We've only seen Elizabeth 2 times, and each time she just pops through out of nowhere, puts belt to ass, and then leaves. That shit is so funny. That shit is hilarious. She pops up, puts belt to ass, and dips the fuck out. As if it's not her problem. She don't give a fuck. She did what she came to do.
Final.
Woo!
Fight!
Oh no. Here is some electricity. Impressive. I summon you. Your fate is in oopsie daisy. Warning.
No, get Thanatos away from me. Get Thanatos away from me.
Oh no. Summoning. What? Persona, rise up. What? Persona, rise up. What? Impressive. What? Strike. Oh no. From this moment forth, I will proceed. Remarkable. Now up. What? Oh no. What? Guarding, heavy damage. Severe, no! Opening my position. Heavy damage.
Okay.
What? Oh no. Won't you have some? I failed. Here. Gyro. Here is the severe impact. Opening my position. What? Oh no. Now up. Evasive. Opening my deck. I failed. Thanatos. Final sequence.
Please hit! No!
Your severe is in the system error. No! Your
Damn, she does damage!
No! Here is some free. Severe impact.
I'm about to fucking die. I'm about to fucking die.
Severe impact.
I'm actually about to fucking die. Holy shit. Holy shit. Come on, please! Oh my goodness! Damn! And she's just laying down like it's nothing big. She's like, oh, well, I guess I'm satisfied. Fuck! Elizabeth!
Well done.
Elizabeth stands from her kneeling position. Though she lost, she did not so much as break a sweat. While I, for my part, am detecting strain on my entire drive system. I can see myself lacking the energy to even speak reflected in Elizabeth's clear
You
eyes.
are indeed neither man nor any ordinary machine. You are truly singular. But then can anyone be said to be the same as anybody else? People anguish over the gulf between themselves and others, and the lack of any who could possibly understand them. How is their situation different from yours? What defines life is not death, but bonds. That is the answer you once reached. Then take that to heart and go forth. Remember that your bonds will remain unbroken, giving you the strength to withstand any suffering.
My bonds.
I, too, am currently on an endless journey, but I anticipate that you will become a compatriot of mine, unbound by the limitations of time. I hope that you will not be led astray by trivial things. With that, I bid you good luck.
Elizabeth bows and finally shows me her smile. Immediately after, she turns on one heel and walks towards the hallway. I suddenly remember.
There are rules to this tournament delineating behavior after a match.
Such parlor tricks can get stuffed. I shall be on my way.
I bring you Megalodon! And she blows up the fucking school. True to her word, she leaves the room with no trouble and closes the door with an exaggerated slam. Those walls were nothing to her. But come to think of it, Labyrinths didn't seem subject to those rules either. Do they only apply to participants of the tournament? No, in Elizabeth's case, it simply does not matter to her.
Remains a complete enigma.
And we gotta remember that Makoto canonically beat the shit out of her with no help. So Makoto is above that. Fuck! Oh my goodness! I find it amusing, which allows me to feel more relaxed.
It may be true that this world can grant one's true desire, but I want Labrys to see past herself to a world where other people matter. Even if one discards their bonds to avoid pain, all that awaits is a numb, desert-like future with no promise. I thought as she did once, so I'm sure I can understand her.
I too felt the same as Labrys when I went through an incredibly trying ordeal. If there's no one to reach out to her, she'll become even more trapped. As she is now, Labrys cannot escape on her own. That is because the key to extricating whatever the fuck oneself is the realization that one is not alone.
I want to form a bond with Labrys, with my sister. I want to teach her things that she cannot learn if she is alone.
Saying it out loud helps to strengthen my resolve. I changed my approach and focused on searching for a way to save her. Still, that thing that looked like me, was that what Naoto meant by a shadow going berserk? My own shadow. Thinking of it that way shed some light on things. Of course I can control my persona and have some resistance to the effects of the world, but my heart cannot be so easily stabilized. If the same happened to Labrys, I suddenly realized the dangers involved. I impatiently suppress these thoughts and dash out into the hallway. This is one of the Tartarus songs, I think. I'm really trying to remember each song. I follow the path formed by the invisible walls. Eventually, I climb the stairway to the 3rd floor. There seems to be no walls here, allowing me to go as I please. I can tell the end is near, and so I prepare myself. Soon, I stand in front of a room that has a sign outside saying announcement room. The door is half open. I can sense someone inside. I cautiously press up against the door and peek around it. This is an announcement room as the sign indicated, but the space inside is much larger than the classrooms I have seen. The equipment here is also closer to that of a TV studio than what would be found in a school. Oh shit, they changed the song up! I don't remember it sounding like this. Normally it goes like something like that. On top of that, a back wall is made of glass, showing a view that is clearly not a schoolyard. Taken together, this is the first distinct sign that is not the real world. As expected, Labrys is here, standing in the middle of the room. There is also another boy and girl as well. The girl is holding Labrys' shoulders and the boy stands in front of the pair protecting them. Across from them is General Teddy. It seems this is the end of the line. I've seen that boy's face in the video. Yosuke Hanamura, I believe. I am not familiar with the girl's face, but I do recognize her distinctive voice. It is the same voice that has been commentating on the fights along with General Teddy on the school PA. From the tone of the commentating, I thought she was working with the general, but right now she seems to be on Yosuke and Labrys' side. I recall what Chie told me. Chie said that she, Rise, was originally their friend, in which case she may actually be another victim. General Teddy gives a cruel smile, squints his eyes, and speaks.
What a shame. You gave it a try, but there's no way anyone would understand you. Huh?
General Teddy's voice and tone have undergone a remarkable change. Listening closely, this voice is... So it finally reveals its true form.
At least one of them has to understand how I feel. Isn't that what you thought? The important part is that it's all your fault.
Damn.
That's not true. You still refuse to remember? Look at me. And stop deluding yourself.
I'm sorry, I saw this shit earlier today. I don't want to see it again.
I am a shadow. The true self.
Bitch!
No way. That's...
She has my face.
But the face is the only thing that's the same. The rest of her body is covered in metal. There is no doubt that it is man-made. Labrys lets out a short scream and backs up.
Stop! I'm not like that!
Calm down. It's just taking that form to agitate you.
Yosuke is frantically trying to calm Labrys down. It's just taking that form to agitate you. That is what he says, but is that really the case? I have my own suspicions.
No! Taking that form, huh? Well, you have a point. I do have the power to confuse people's senses, warp what they're seeing, twist what they're hearing.
That's how you made my senpai fight each other!
Of the things you're seeing right now, which do you think is real and which is fake?
The former General Teddy. No, Labrys' shadow breaks out into a grin. Labrys, meanwhile, is cringing in fear as she holds on to Yosuke's sleeve.
No! I'm not like you! I'm human, aren't I?
Huh? What do you mean?
I can see that Yosuke does not know how to answer the sudden question.
And how did I come to have these special powers? Why, it's because I have them.
With that, the shadow snaps his finger. And once, static like that of a poorly tuned TV starts appearing around Labrys and slowly envelops her. I enhance my vision. Nothing is happening to Labrys' body. It was my own vision that was clouded, or had been until now. Soon after the noise dissipates, an inhuman-looking girl is standing in her place.
Huh? A robot?
Metallic arms and legs extend from her uniform. Thrusters on her back spread like wings. Just as I thought, her body is identical to that of a shadow in front of her.
Look, that's what she really looks like. It's her who's been deceiving you all from the start. Not only you, but herself too. She really thinks that she's a human living a normal life at school. To reinforce her make-believe as real, she prevented herself from accessing any memories that could contradict that. She even sealed away her own name. No! Stop! Why are you doing this? Kindly hurry up and remember me. Remember yourself. It's pretty rude of you to even forget your own name. No! I don't want to remember! Huh. Is that so? Looks like you still need an extra push.
The shadow grins evilly and swings the enormous axe at Labrys, or actually at Yosuke.
Yosuke-senpai!
Before the axe can complete its arc, I am already in action. I must intervene. Neither Labrys and shock at seeing her true form, nor Yosuke or Rise are prepared for the attack.
What the?
I deflect the strike with the metallic part of my arm. It was heavier than I anticipated. The battle axe is a lump of metal. The battle axe is a giant lump of metal that blocks most of my vision.
Girl? Wait, you're a robot too?
I turn my head to Labrys and look straight into her shocked eyes.
You must remember, that is the only way the future will open up to you. You must accept it, no matter how painful it may be.
I tell her her name in a clear voice. Her official name, which includes something no human has, a model number.
Your true name is 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labrys.
Labrys quivers violently, as if an invisible arrow had pierced her chest. To be continued. Alright, so next up is gonna be Labrys' story. And after that, everything else is gonna be done off camera. I'm going to do, I'm only gonna do Aigis' story. That's all I'm doing. Might do Narukami, I don't know. But I'm gonna do Aigis' story. I'm gonna finish Aigis' story and that's it. Anything I finish after that is gonna be completely off camera. I can't be bothered. I've come to realize that I really don't care that damn much. I don't care that fucking much, right? I don't care that much. Holy shit. I'm more interested in episode P3. I don't even know if I'm gonna do episode P4. What even is this? Whatever. That's the end of the episode. I hope y'all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, or read a mug. Tap into the next one. Bye-bye.